Yep.
That's true. There was a girl went up on one of the comedy shows I went to recently, and she did this whole bit. Man, she really just leaned into just you got to get fucked by a big black cock was like the punchline because she goes, you got to. That's how you appreciate an average cock, because you really feel it in the back. Like it was just really crass, gnarly.
Yeah, she sounds like an artist.
A woman talking about vaginas on stage.
Yeah, I know.
Riddle me surprise.
Dude, I know. She's honestly the
right?
worst. This chick is the worst.
There are
honestly.
guy comics. I was watching Jim Norton's Down and Dirty, which the premise of the show is basically Jim Norton's just a host, and he brings out a bunch of New York comics. One of the guys, this comic who clearly never made it, I've never seen his face before, his bits were all like that. Listen, I was getting pussy, and I was in an orgy the other night. He had a bit about sticking a finger up a girl's ass without her consenting to it.
Jesus.
This was in 2012 when you could still do that. His level of material is on the same level as the girl's material you're describing right now, but with the added element of rape in it too.
Oh my God. No, I know, man. It's wild. I think girls, you'll admit, girls, when you talk to them about comedy, they admit that there's an issue and that there's not that many of them too. So it is, there's just not that much competition too. They should a funny girl should go out there and do stand up. Like I always tell girls, like it really doesn't take much for them to just get into the Comedy Store, get into the Laugh Factory. It's the easiest thing of all time. Basically, just go up for a while, and you might be funnier than most of the chicks doing it within the first year. Within the first year.
I mean, how funny can a girl really be?
Jesus, King Croc. Dude, Ellen DeGeneres' specials, man, they're hilarious. Better than a lot of men.
Did you see Ricky Gervais's joke about that in his new special?
Did you have one? I haven't watched it yet.
There were the
that
his
he
joke
can't,
was
that he
basically
can't find
like, there are tons of funny women, just like
And then he would count. He would count like
Well, listen, there's
pause. Yeah.
My theory as to why there aren't very many funny women. And the women who are funny, like Amy Schumer and Whitney Cummings. Actually, Whitney Cummings, I don't think she was ever really funny.
I've seen her live, and I thought she was pretty funny.
I watched her special on Jim Norton's Down and Dirty. It was fucking awful. I listened to one of her recent specials. It wasn't funny. And now she's become an activist. Amy Schumer's the worst. Amy Schumer's the prototype of a comedian who becomes big and then just turns into an activist and is no longer funny. Patton Oswalt's the male equivalent of that. But think about it. Men... we have to accomplish stuff in order to get laid.
Mm-hmm.
Men want attention from women. They want validation, and they also need resources. I mean, what better incentive is there to get really, really good at stand-up comedy?
Yeah.
Attention, status, resources. Bam. Women can get fucked by anybody of any status. We've talked about this, how a Denny's waitress could be dating John Travolta tomorrow if he were in a bad place. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter how funny or not funny or how rich or not rich he is. So why are they going to put in 10 lonely years in dog shit comedy clubs working out their craft?
They're not.
They're not going to do it. And then also they have the ticking time bomb of the decaying pussy telling them to have babies. Telling them to have babies. So if they haven't made it by 29,
can you be a little
they're out.
kinder? Can you be a little kinder with your wording there?
Yeah, it's a little savage.
Can you be a little kinder? Can you try that again?
Absolutely. They have
ticking time bomb.
They have eggs lodged up their cunt that are going bad quicker than mangoes on a desert highway.
I think we should go around the circle and everybody should say it in their own way. The ticking time bomb of the ovaries. Well, let's start with you, Father O'Neill.
The ticking time bombs of the ovaries.
No. Say it. You can't just say that.
Wow.
Explain it in your own words. What's happening to the eggs inside of a woman, and why does she have to have kids before 35?
This is good. This is sexual education for you.
Why does she have to have kids?
No.
Why must she get pregnant before the age of 35, or at least before the age of 40?
So the kid doesn't come out like Dino?
Autistic and retarded.
I don't think we go around any further.
Yeah,
that was perfect.
That was exactly right.
That was perfect. So the kid doesn't come out like Dino. And I don't want to make it sound like men are the superior race. There are just as many. Sex. There are just as many rock bottom fucking loser dudes as women.
In comedy?
I mean, everywhere.
definitely. Everywhere,
I mean,
yeah.
I'll be honest.
So there's actually more.
It is.
There's way more.
It is
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
probably, but I don't know. I mean, it seems like guys accomplish a hell of a lot more than women.
It's like a bell curve.
True.
So
They
women are
invent a
at
lot.
there are more men at the very bottom and at the very top, and women are sort of allocated towards like the averages.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
definitely agree
IQ
with
as well. IQ as well.
Women, I guess they don't invent as much as they should. But they would. I feel like a lot of women I know might play victim to that. Like, well, it's the man's fault. you know,
Patriarchy.
No,
because-
listen, women, their shit's going bad, so they need just to get fucked by a rich dude and live in a house in the suburbs. They need that, or they have that as an option, rather. Guys, we don't have the get fucked by a rich guy and live in the suburbs parachute.
Unless you're Dino.
Kid Croc. High five.
Unless you're Dino. So guys have to keep grinding and perfecting their craft if they want to keep having access to good vagina. And it never stops. It never stops. If you're a guy and you come home one cold winter day at age 45 and you tell your wife, like, hey, I lost my job. My 401k, I drained it already to buy a sports car. Which sports car I now have to sell? She's leaving. She's fucking leaving. She's taking half your shit and she's trying her luck elsewhere.
Yeah, most of the time. I think that does happen a lot.